West Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught here by Conley. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Working down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain at 24.
Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Vikings at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Throw out wide to Walker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 11 now. Smith now to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bush. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Za'Darius Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible, touchdown!
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered. He just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense.
Now Cook hit and he lost the football.
And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do. Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
They run it again with Cook. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easy.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
To the right side, this is Walker.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
Okay, ready? And the Seahawks first down.
Smith on first down.
Good
And this is
pick.
going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll keep it himself, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to him.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. A little juke. Now a hit and a loose football.
Yeah,
and these guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. You hate every fumble. You really hate that. You're going to have great field position, and then he coughed it up.
Well, they went from elation to deflation in a hurry, didn't they? I mean, everything was working just right for them. That type of a return, that field position they expected to have. Unfortunately, none of it came through.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
46-yard line.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. What a run there. I mean, you've got speed, elusiveness, escapability all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And they're going to get him down well short of first as he can only get this to about the 19. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Za'Darius Smith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Geno now to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what your record is.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the
Still liable to lose, man.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Up the middle, it's Cook.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And this one is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33.
When a
team's turned it over 3 times in the first half. We just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead, should they so choose. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Come on. Hey.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
He's
Rifles one that's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it up. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Damn, I'm fucking with Don't do it, Flacco. Don't do it. Don't do it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last
Told you, don't do it.
And for the 3rd time here in this half,
Do
it's
it.
intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take
Don't
possession
do
of
it.
the football.
Did it anyway.
Unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an
Some
opportunity
BS,
there, and they weren't able to
Ain't no
capitalize
BS.
on it, and that's something that could come
It's
back
the
and haunt
TS.
them later. Begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Right there, hurt.
I'll just other one to the other side, bro. And you're gonna crash them all there.
Here's Walker, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Who's that on Western?
From the gun, here's Smith. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout.
I like you.
7 seconds left in the first half.
This plays risky. We gonna do it. Fuck it. You wanna know why? Because we're the motherfucking Seattle Seahawks. We're the greatest show on turf.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. And it'll be intercepted. And the Vikings are
We're still the greatest show on turf. We just playing around with you, man, because we see we are a little too overpowered. I ain't gonna lie. Like, we're a little too overpowered. We gotta see y'all in the playoffs, so we ain't giving y'all nothing else.
Let's get them next time out.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Play action. It's Smith. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Gino on first down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. To throw again on second down, Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Smith throwing again. And that will be incomplete. So good coverage here defensively as it looks like they're forcing punt on this opening drive of the third.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turn the ball over back to their offense, and try to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. The Seahawks send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Your Baba coming, Mama. Don't worry. You hear that? That's your Baba. Put down, Mama. That's your Baba.
Vikes, I'm ready.
How old is you?
Hmm?
When did you wake up?
I'm trying to help this boy.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Okay.
to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25.
I don't even try to beat his bad.
The Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw.
Come on.
And there's another stop.
It's that weekend quarterback. He's ass.
Bringing it again this week.
He's ass.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Ooh. wacky.
So a change of possession here
How
on
you
the
wacky?
punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I ain't even trying to whoop on
like
nobody.
that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no
We
harm.
always do that.
You just did the football cratic one right there.
Whooping is a whooping, man, but
when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
We don't come out to whoop ass. We come out to have fun.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he goes down, but now they're getting this inside
I could have picked it, but I wanted to hit. I thought that was going to lock it out.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. Brought down at the 20. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
20-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now back to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Vikings.
It's my fault.
A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point by Kane is up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Second and 10. Now Gino. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
He'll find Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Straight ahead, Walker. And take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He's got room at the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
This will be played on the main here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker. He's going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 4th down, Smith. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I can hear it right now that most people in our business are saying, why aren't they running the football? But I happen to agree with this strategy. They've had success all game long. I don't think they should go away from it. Too often, teams go into that protect mode and end up giving away the football. This team has stayed aggressive, and it's working out for them.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Ken Walker, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Seahawks are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Oh, let's believe we scoring that will.
Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
We just didn't want to score.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here
my head,
at the 25.
The score is like 66 to 17.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their many 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
What you gonna do here, though?
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to float this one deep right side.
Nice.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Ooh.
Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. pulled in at the 24. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
The blocks just be so perfect. Like, he's been
tremendous all day long. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll drop to throw. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Googly McGoogly got it. You know what I mean? But Googly McGoogly get it.
On the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have. And all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
Let's go now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Smith going to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
A gain of 15.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
I need him to score.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their
get one
first. They've
touchdown,
got 2
bro.
more to
That's all I
use
need.
here in the final stages.
One
Partner, I
touchdown,
know we're
bro.
still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all.
Oh, come on, bro.
Just
You
go
know
and
what
savor. Watch your team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
On 2nd and goal.
He's gonna score.
And this will be called.
They're gonna score. You know what I mean? He need to get a touchdown for his treat. I mean, his trait has to keep it. Yeah, he got to keep his trait up.
I always
You know?
wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me,
I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit, but for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop.
You remember these Seahawks, all right?
Back ourselves.
Extra point right down the middle.
We're going to Super Bowl again. We're doing a 3-peat. Somebody better stop us.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Playing all the NFC, playoff worthy guys, I crushed the Niners.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to